Show to be up to date on happenings around you and to make that easy for you, ladies and gentlemen, we present Freshlight, where we bring fresh newspaper headlines to the limelight. Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Watch, like, subscribe, and make sure your notification is activated on our YouTube channel. You can also like and comment on our pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Al-Iyamoye TV and radio.
It is a lovely Thursday morning, today being the 24th day in the month of August in the year 2023. Good morning to you all and welcome to Freshlight on Al-Iyamoye TV and radio. This is where we get to check national dailies, where we take you different headlines and stories from the newspaper pages. My name is RISQAT Suleiman and I won't be doing this alone. I have with me in the studio
And we are SOWOLE, and you know it's Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio will give you a newspaper headline and give you the details, one or two details on the newspaper headlines. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good morning.
Alright, on Freshlight this morning, we will be perusing four newspapers. We have this Daily Sun newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper, Punch newspaper, and the Nation newspaper. I will be kickstarting from the eastern part of the country, which is the Daily Sun newspaper. Alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud. I beg your pardon. Alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud. Federal government Emefiele explore plea bargain option. Arraignment shifted indefinitely. You can find this on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Fresh crisis looms as APC fills vacant NWC zonal leader proposition. And you can find this on page 8 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Job scam probe. Reps angry over refusal by 300 MDAs to honor someone's issue final warning. We won't tolerate failure. Nigerians warn minister. This is you can find this on this Daily Sun newspaper. Wike inspects rail transport project, first official assignment. You can also find this on the page 26 of the Daily Sun newspaper. NDLEA launches manhunt for Lekki drug dealer who crushed operative to escape arrest. You can find this on page 4 of the Daily Sun newspaper. UK pledges to work with ECOWAS leaders to restore civil rule in Niger Republic. Page 6 captured this particular story. PDP Adebutu case against Abiodun, pack of lies. APC governor tell tribunal. Page 29 captured this story. And lastly, on the Daily Sun newspaper, Lagos Assembly rejects 17 commissioner nominees. You can find this on page 6. NAS to revisit gender equality bill assures Akpabio. All of these and many more stories you'll find on Daily Sun newspaper. Going into the details.
The first story on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning: alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud. FG Emefiele explore plea bargain option. For the second consecutive time, the scheduled arraignment of the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), Mr. Godwin Emefiele, on alleged 6.9 billion breach of procurement law and contract inflation has been stalled amid indications that the defendant has embraced the plea bargain policy. The arraignment on the 20-count charges fixed for Wednesday, August 23rd, by a High Court of Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Abuja was not slated on the cause list. Competent source told Daily Sun at the courtroom that the arrangement was shifted at the instance of the detailed CBN chief. The source said the case could not proceed as planned due to fresh developments in the matter. Because of the development, my lord had to suspend the arrangement. A no return date will be communicated to all the parties, the official added. In addition, an authoritative source confided in the Daily correspondent that Emefiele and his co-accused, Sadat Yaro, have opted for a plea bargain policy to settle with the federal government. Alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud, FG, Emefiele explore plea bargain option. Take on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning to read details.
Still on Daily Sun newspaper this morning, I'm moving to Nasarawa State. Government begins action to mitigate fuel subsidy removal. In response to the recent removal of fuel subsidy by the federal government on May 29, the Nasarawa State government has launched a palliative distribution initiative aimed at alleviating the resulting hardship faced by its citizens. Governor Abdullahi Sule, speaking during their distribution to launch in Lafia Akwanga Kefi yesterday, assured that the palliatives will be distributed without any consideration for political party affiliations. According to the governor, the exercise will be replicated in Akwanga and Kefi on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively. It's meant to bring support to the people, especially hardship being experienced across the country following the removal of fuel subsidy. The governor then explained why his administration decided to use palaces to distribute the food items, stressing that the state government is determined to carry everybody along. Asule said the palaces have been selected for distribution because the palliative is meant for all citizens of the state, irrespective of political affiliation. And the reason why we continue to go to palaces is, first, this is not an event for our party, the APC. This is an event for all political parties, for all the people of the Nasarawa State, irrespective of political affiliation. And this is coming from the Nasarawa State government. And to read this, you can pick the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. Government begins action to mitigate fuel subsidy removal impact.
Still on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning, SOWOLE nominees. Lagos Assembly confirms 22, rejects 17. Member of the Lagos State House of Assembly yesterday confirmed 22 out of the 39 commissioners' nominees sent to them for screening by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Speaker of the House, Moinda Shiru Obasa, said the confirmation followed rigorous and detailed screening by an ad hoc committee led by the Chief Whip, Fatai Mujid. The 22 nominees confirmed through a voice note included Layode Ibrahim, Mobolaji Ogunlende, Dr. Dolapo Fasawe, Bola Olumegbon, Idris Arebe, MS Abisola Ruth Olusoya, Moruf Akinderu Fatai, Kayo Debolaji Robert, Abiola Olowu, Mrs. Toke Benson, Awoyinka, Dr. Oreoluwa Fini Awokoya, Mr. Yaku Adedayo Alediosu, Mr. Lawal Pedro San, Mr. Tubosun Alake, Mr. Benga Oyemide. Others were Dr. Adekunle Olayinka, Dr. Jide Babatunde, Mr. Afolabi Anyotayo, Mr. Tokumbo Wahab, Mr. Olakunle Rotimi Akojo, Mr. Jamiu Aliu Balogun, Mr. Abdulkabir Ogungo. Those that were not confirmed include Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, Professor Akin Abayomi, Mr. Yomi Oluyomi, Mrs. Folashade Ambrose, MS Barakat Bakari, Mr. Benga Omotosho, Olalere Odushote, and Dr. Otimi Fashola. SOWOLE nominees. Lagos Assembly confirms 22, rejects 17. To read details and check on the names, you can take on the Daily Sun newspaper for more details.
Moving to another newspaper this morning, we have the Nation newspaper, and going through the Nation newspaper front page, we have illegal fabrication of AK-47 ongoing in Lagos. Commissioner of Police tells IG. Page 5 captured this particular story. Lagos Assembly holds clearance for Abayomi Adeyoye 15 orders. Our page 5 captured this story. APC fills vacant NWC zonal offices. APC Abiodun to tribunal dismiss Adebutu PDP case. You can find this on page 3 and page 27 of the Nation newspaper. Picking the bold headline, Emefiele opt for plea again, bargain in alleged 6.669 billion naira fraud case. Suspended CBN boss gets tough conditions. Siblings withdraw human rights suit. 18 fighter jets to boost NAV fleet. You can also find this on the Nation newspaper. UK's first womb UK first womb transplant raises fertility hope for women. You can find this on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. A Wagner leader Brizogin feared killed in crash. Indian aircraft Chandrayaan 3 lands on the moon. You can also find this on the Nation newspaper. And lastly, on the Nation newspaper front page, NLC threatens to pull out workers from NHF. You can find this on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. All of this and many more stories you find on the Nation newspaper this morning. And going into the details.
Firstly, today on the Nation newspaper this morning, many fear dead, others trapped as story building collapses in Abuja. There were pandemonium in the late hour of Wednesday, August 23rd, when a story building collapsed at Lagos Street in Garki village area of Abuja. Yet to be determined number of people are feared dead and many others trapped in the multi-story building collapsed amid heavy downpour. The affected building is said to be housing many apartments, while the ground floor was full of shops. A former special assistant of the immediate past minister of the FCT, Ike Aro Atta, told the Nation correspondent that 37 persons have so far been rescued and evacuated to the hospital, while others were still trapped. He confirmed that a rescue team and other force responders were on ground at about 2 a.m. carrying out a rescue operation. He said, for now, 7 persons have so far been evacuated to hospital, 2 vitally injured, others reportedly still trapped. Rescue team and others are on ground. Rescue operation are on, but slow due to ongoing rain. Many fear dead, others trapped as story building collapses in Abuja. You can take on the Nation newspaper for more details.
Still on the Nation newspaper, Emefiele opts for plea bargain in alleged 6.669 billion naira fraud case. Weighed down by the rigors of investigation and the pangs of trial, the suspended governor of Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), Mr. Godwin Emefiele, has opted for plea bargain. It was learnt that as part of the out-of-court settlement terms, Emefiele will forfeit any illicit funds and questionable assets traced to him, but it could not confirm if any illicit fund has been linked to him. He will also step aside as CBN governor to enable the government to appoint a substantive holder. It will also gather that Emefiele and his relations will withdraw all the matters in the court. Yesterday, an Abuja court struck out a suit filed by the Mbatu CBN governor challenging his detention. His siblings, George and Okanta, withdraw the 2 suits by filed against the Department of State Service (DSS) and the Attorney General of the Federation (AGF). Some highly placed Nigerians were said to have interceded for Emefiele to make government accept the plea bargain offer. To read details of this, you can pick the Nation newspaper this morning. Emefiele opts for plea bargain in alleged 6.69 billion naira fraud case.
Lastly, on the Nation newspaper this morning, UK's first womb transplant raises fertility hope for women. Medical professionals are entering a new era for those wanting to become pregnant following the United Kingdom's first successful womb transplant. 6 months ago, a 40-year-old mother of two donated her uterus to a 34-year-old sister who had been born without one, according to reports yesterday. Now, the recipient of the uterus is having a period and making plans for a family of her own via in vitro fertilization. Professor Richard Smith called the process a massive success. The report noted, "We were all in tears," he said, recalling the meeting with the sisters following the operation. "It was a very, very emotional. I think it was probably the most stressful week of our surgical career, but also unbelievable positives. The donor and the recipients are just over the moon." UK's first womb transplant raises fertility hope for women, the Nation newspaper. From there, we'll go on a short commercial break and we'll come back. We'll give you details on the other newspaper we have with us. To stay with us.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in their bid to see greener pasture abroad. To those quack in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case at Tausaf Travels and Tour. We have in-depth details on how to successfully, without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us at Tausaf Travels and Tour. Our years of experience and expertise speaks volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you to UK, USA, and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah services to our Muslim faithfuls. What are you waiting for? Consult us at number 9 Tausaf Central Mosque, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Tausaf Travels and Tour.
Glad to know you are still there. Still Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, where we read to you national dailies. I'm moving to Vanguard newspaper this morning. We are meeting Nigerians 40% LPG demand. This is coming from NLNG. You can find this on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. Alleged 6.9 billion naira fraud. Emefiele explore plea bargain deal. You can also find this on page 9 on the Vanguard newspaper. Troops repel IPOB's attacks on army base in Imo. You can find this on page 11. There will be zero tolerance for procurement fraud in MDAs. This is coming from Senate. You can also find this on the page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Picking the bold headline on Niger, Algeria, Egypt oppose military action, seek dialogue. You can find this on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Nigerians needs quick fix to economic challenges. This is coming from NECA to the new ministers. Suspected drug dealer knocks down LDLEA officers while evading arrest in Lagos. Page 7 captured this. We are losing our best brightest to Japa syndromes This is coming from telecoms operators. Budapest 2023, Ofili Akintola zoom into 200 meters semi-final. This is on. You can find this on Sports column this morning. There will be no solution without Algeria, says Algerian government. 7,000 discouraged migrants stranded in Niger because of borders closure. You can also find this on the page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. The stabilization of Niger have consequences on Libya and vice versa. You can also find this particular story on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. UK demands immediate release of ousted Nigerian leader Bazoum. You can also find this on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. On electricity, REA deploys World Bank funded 103 solar mini grids. You can find this on page 8. Wike denies purchasing 3 million naira bulletproof SUV. Page 8 also captured this particular story. And lastly, on the Vanguard newspaper, Prigozhin, king of mercenaries in Africa, killed in plane crash. Also on the Vanguard newspaper, you can find the pictorial of the plane crash. Prigozhin killed in Russia plane crash. You can find this particular story on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Going into the details.
Firstly, on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, we have taken steps to check insecurity in highways. Police. The acting Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, says the force has taken steps to check insecurity on highways, particularly the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Egbetokun disclosed this during his first official to Lagos State Police Command on Wednesday, where he inaugurated some projects, including Compliance Response Unit (CRU). Since I came into office, we have taken steps to do a number of things to ensure crime is reduced to the barest minimum and security restored to troubled areas. On the Abuja-Kaduna road you are talking about, we have taken necessary steps to rid it of criminal elements that we are terrorizing motorists. Very soon you are going to be seeing results. We are embarking on the establishment of Special Intervention Squad (SIS). We have started mobilization to make a success of it, he said. We have taken steps to check insecurity in highways. Police. You can take on the Vanguard newspaper to read details.
Still on Vanguard newspaper, I'm picking this metro news. 2 fatally injured, 37 rescue as Abuja Plaza collapses. A 2-story plaza located at Lagos Street, Garki village in Abuja district, Garki district of the nation's capital, Abuja, has collapsed. Vanguard gathered that the building collapsed late Wednesday night amid heavy downpour. So far, 37 people have been rescued, with 2 of them fatally injured. Emergencies officials said rescue operations have been slow over the night as there was no immediate access to an excavator and rescue efforts were purely manual. Confirming the development, Director General of FCT Emergency Management Agency (FEMA), Dr. Abbas Idris, said 37 persons have so far been rescued at the scene of the collapsed structure. He said the victims have been evacuated to various medical facilities in Abuja. 37 persons have been rescued and evacuated to hospitals. Others reportedly still trapped. Rescue teams and others are on ground. Rescue operation on, but slowly due to ongoing rain. They are making frantic efforts at getting an excavator to remove people from the rubble, he added. The DG commended the effort of all stakeholders working hard manually to rescue trapped persons, including members of the community. To read this sad story, you can pick Vanguard newspaper this morning. 2 fatally injured, 37 rescued as Abuja Plaza collapses. Media's gentle
So rest in perfect
peace.
Very sad story from
So sad story.
From the Vanguard newspaper, we move to the Punch newspaper, last newspaper that we parading this morning. On the Punch newspaper, which is a bold headline, state's debts may hit 1.34 trillion over palliatives loan. Fleeing drug baron crushes NDLEA officer, agency launches manhunt. Senate probes public procurement under Buhari. Man drives tractor into market, destroy 320 million naira property. Assembly drop Abayomi, 16 SOWOLE nominees, confirmed 22. Naira tumbles to 900 per dollar. CBN goes BDC operator claps down. Panic as rugged killers soldiers spread death on Lagos road. Government to begin palliative loan repayment. December, FG gives 3 months grace. Gombe, Castina gets 2 billion naira each. Laments inadequate relief item. Obaseki knocks FG. All this you can see on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Going into detail this morning.
Picking the first story of on the Punch newspaper this morning, I will be starting with this Metro news. Man drives tractor into market, destroy 320 million naira property. The Lagos State Police Command on Wednesday arraigned a tractor driver, Isiaka Abdullahi, for allegedly damaging the property of 2 businessmen worth 320 million naira in the Ikorodu area of Lagos State. The 72-year-old man was arraigned before Magistrate Adeola Olatunbosun of Yaba Magistrate Court on 4 counts of willful damage. Abdullahi was allegedly to have driven his tractor into the Mile 13 Owode Elede market in Ikorodu and destroyed bananas and other properties and goods belonging to Garba Muhammad and Adewale Teluwa. The prosecutor, ASP Amedu Adoga, told the court that the defendants committed the offense in December 2022. Adoga said that the offenses contravened Section 411, 350, 52, and 287 of the Criminal Laws of Lagos State 2015. The charge read in the part that you, Isiaka Abdullahi, and others now at large on December 1st, 2022 at Mile 13 Owode Elede along Ikorodu Road, Lagos, within the magisterial district of this court, did not conspire to commit felony with on willful damage property of one Adewale Teluwalu valued at 300 million naira, thereby committed an offence punishable under the section 411 of the Criminal Law of Lagos State. To read details of this story, you can pick Punch newspaper this morning. Man drives tractor into market, destroy 320 million naira property. Punch newspaper punches it out this morning.
Outside on the Punch newspaper, Nigerian acquires 18 attack helicopters from US, Turkey. The Nigerian Air Force say it is set to receive 18 attack helicopters from the United States and Turkey to strengthen its fleet. The chief of Air Staff, Hassan Abubakar, who made this known during a one-day tour of formations and units under the NAV 115 Special Operations Group in Port Harcourt, Rivers State on Wednesday, said he was in the state to commiserate with the families of the NAV pilots and crew that died in the helicopter crash in Niger on August 14. Abubakar said the force is saddened by the recent loss of its airplane Mi-171 helicopter, but they are unfazed because they have a lot more coming in. He said, "We are not deterred by the recent development of the federal government has approved the acquisition of 12 AH-1 Zulu Zobra and 6 T-129 helicopter from the United States and Turkey, respectively. The first 2 C-129 helicopters are scheduled to come into operation by September to enhance our operational capacity." Nigeria acquires 18 attack helicopters from US, Turkey. Punch newspaper.
Assembly drops Al-IyamoyeTv 16 SOWOLE nominees, confirms 22. The Lagos State House of Assembly on Wednesday confirmed 22 out of the 39 cabinet nominees sent recently by the governor SOWOLE Babajide Sanwo-Olu for screening. The Speaker of the House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, who presided over the day's plenary, said the confirmation followed a rigorous and detailed screening of the nominees by an ad hoc committee led by the Chief Whip of the House, Fatai Mojid. Obasa commended the committee of its effectiveness and urged the confirmed nominees to always remember that they are in the office to serve the people of the state and not individuals. He also promised that the House will continue to do its best in the interest of the state. 17 nominees were, however, rejected during the confirmation, which was done through a voice note as Obasa mentioned the name of each of the nominees. The lawmakers representing the Ikorodu constituency 2 in the House of Aro Abiodun were contacted by our correspondent on the why 17 nominees were rejected. He said he could not speak for the House but only for his constituency. To read details of this, you can pick Punch newspaper this morning. Assembly drops Al-IyamoyeTv 16 Sanwo-Olu nominees, confirms 22.
The last name on Punch newspaper is Punch Sport. Amusan qualifies for World Athletic Championship on 100-meter final. World champion Toby Amusan qualified for the final of the 100-meter hurdle at the ongoing World Athletic Championship in Budapest on Wednesday. The Nigerian athletes won the second semi-final in a time of 12 minutes 56 seconds to qualify for the final billed for Thursday evening. Despite a slow start, the world hurdles record holder recovered in time, clocking 12 minutes 56 seconds to finish ahead of Jamaica and Ankara Nugent 12 minutes 60 seconds and Dutch Naden Visa 12 minutes 62 seconds. Amusan qualifies for World Athletics Champions 100-meter final. Punch Sport newspaper this morning. And that is where we draw the curtains this morning on Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Please join us tomorrow again on Freshlight. I remain SOWOLE.
And I am RISQAT. Thanks for joining.